Hello everyone. Today I have a short video showing a new feature that we've added to WorldKit. And this feature should be useful for people who are trying to add a little bit more resolution and detail to their terrains than what I showed in the previous videos, but they are not looking to go to an external program like World Machine or World Creator or possibly Houdini or something like that. So what we've done is added a super detail mode to WorldKit, and this allows you to generate about 4 times the polygons as you can in standard mode, and that means approximately 8 million polygons on the output mesh. And we've also added mega detail mode, and mega detail mode gives you about 16 times the detail as in standard mode, and that means about 32 million polygons on the output mesh. In this video I'm showing the mega detail mode, doing a generation in mega detail at 32 million triangles. And as you'll be able to see here, this really lets us show a lot more detail in the erosion and the water paths, and especially on places like the canyon walls and the mountainsides. All this extra detail does come with some costs attached to it, however. In order to run the mega detail mode, you will need a minimum of 32 gigs of RAM, and it will take significantly longer to generate. So about 5.5 minutes on a slightly older CPU. So for most users, we'd probably still recommend sticking with the standard detail output and then using a program that's specifically designed to do terrain amplification and micro detail in order to add that stuff, because it's probably going to be a more efficient and better workflow. But for those people who just want to stick all with the single application and have 32 gigs of RAM to burn, the option is now here. So some things to note about this video are that I am running this simulation on a fairly dated CPU, but with a fairly high-end video card. So one thing you'll notice is that it's fairly hard to keep the GPU busy, and the CPU is pegged at 100% basically the whole time. And one thing you'll notice is that the CPU is spending a good chunk of its time dealing with memory management, and that's because 32 gigs is the lower limit of what you need in order to run a simulation at this scale. Quite possible that with more RAM and a faster CPU, it would be easier to keep the GPU busier, and it might speed up the simulation time by quite a bit. And the reason WorldKit is taking so much memory to do this is that it's running a full water path simulation for every edge in a 32 million polygon mesh. So as you can imagine, the data structures that are required to represent that so that the calculations can be done efficiently is quite large. And once you get down to this level of detail, it's probably more efficient to run this type of simulation using kernel-based filters on the GPU on large textures and then running a lot of iterations. We don't currently have a pipeline in WorldKit for doing that type of processing because we had thought that it would be more likely that people would be using other tools for that processing, such as World Machine and World Creator and Houdini, which already do a pretty good job of that stuff. But for people who want a high level of detail and want to keep everything inside a WorldKit and have 32 gigs of RAM, now that option is available. And hopefully this video has given a pretty good idea of the results that you can expect and the level of detail that you'll get. That's it for today. Thanks for watching.